Good day and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at how you can get your hands on a mount. This is Mimiron'S Jumpjets mount, and it's a pretty cool one. To do it you do need to complete 3 distinct stages. The only one of this that is difficult is the first one, which requires you to have a group of 3 people. Now this is not impossible. You can just spam in chat or maybe make a pre-made group, ask people in your guild, but it's definitely the hardest part because it requires you to actually interact with other people in the MMO. Besides that, you will also need the Torch of Perith, and then you're pretty much good to go. So as long as you have that toy item and you have 2 other people in your group, you are ready to go complete your, get your mount. So the first step to anything once you have all of these things is heading to Stranglethorn. Now for Alliance characters this is very easy. You can just portal the Stormwind and fly down. For Horde characters your best bet is taking the Zeppelin from Orgrimmar, heading through the Stranglethorn and then flying down as well. It's a little bit of a schlep, but it's not the end of the world. Now once you are in the Cave of Stranglethorn, you're going to need to head to Jaguero Island, which is at the very bottom of the map here. And yeah, once you're there, open up your torch. You do need to stand a little bit away from the torch receptacle. Like if you stand right next to it, it doesn't trigger. So you're going to need to move a little bit back. Once you do, a cutscene will trigger. Once that cutscene triggers, a special boss will appear. It's nothing too crazy. The 3 of you should be able to handle it. It's basically just a quite tanky rare. But you should be fine to deal with it, really, even if you're like around 584 item level. But yeah, you will face the Enigma Ward. Once you beat him, you can loot him and get your first booster part. Now the other 2 booster parts, the one is in Felwood, which is in the Kalimdor, and the other one is in the Blasted Lands. Now you can technically go to Felwood first, because it's the second clue, but to save time, and since you're already at the Eastern Kingdoms, you may want to consider going to the Blasted Lands first. That's what I did. It's just way easier. You should be more than fine. Now, in terms of the Blasted Lands and everything else like that, once you're there, you're going to head to the portal. So head to the Dark Portal, and then you will find 2 cannons, one on the left and one on the right. You can see them here. They're these Legion cannons. And you just need to destroy them. Once you destroy the 2 of them, the reward will appear in the center by the mobs that run over from the Dark Portal. It's important to note that during this time you can be interrupted while you're trying to open the chest. So maybe go incognito or have a friend cover for you, stealth, do whatever you can really to just try and buy you enough time to obviously open up the chest, or just clear the whole route because all the enemies are really, really weak, and it should make your life a lot easier. Now, after you've got the one by the Blasted Lands, highly suggest you go to the one in Felwood, considering it's the last piece. To get to Felwood is relatively easy. I suggest just catching the portal to Mount Hyjal from the Shaman zones. I've shown you the Orgrimmar one, but there's one right in front of Stormwind Palace, where you can find one for the Alliance. Once you are in Mount Hyjal, just do the quick fly over to Felwood, and you can see the waypoint on screen, and you're welcome to head there direct and collect your 3rd part. You don't have to do anything here, you can just loot it, so it is quite simple. Once you have all 3 parts, you need to head to Vordraken. Again, teleporting back to your Orgrimmar or Stormwind, heading through to Vordraken is relatively straightforward. There's a portal there, so you shouldn't really have any problems. And then once there, you need to head to the Arcane Forge, location on the screen, and you just need to press all 3, just one of your items in your bag, and you will have a new mount. Pretty cool and straightforward. Really, really cool mount as well, like really awesome. And yeah, I think ultimately a really, really sick mount to get. It's got a great mount special as well. So yeah, definitely worth the effort, and honestly it took around 30 minutes to get. Finding the friends is the hardest part. I had to actually call people I know in real life, so that was pretty tough. But yeah, bye.